You need a lot of gear to run a photography business, but here are 5 things that I cannot run my business without. Number 5 on the list, I'm gonna say SD cards. Now, you don't need the fastest SD cards, but I also recommend not getting slow ones. The ones that I would recommend is these SanDisk Extremes. These ones have a write speed of about 150 to 170. I do have the ones that's 100 megabytes also in my collection, but I pick and choose when I want to use them. I use them for like when I'm not doing anything professional, I'm just doing something just to mess around or to test some settings. I'll use those ones. But when I'm doing anything professional, I like to stick to the faster writing speeds just so that I can have a peace of mind and my camera won't sit and buffer for too long. I also put them in a case just so I know that they're safe because I would hate to need them one day and find out that they're corrupt. This case that I have, I'll link it, it's from Amazon. It is dirt resistant and I believe waterproof, but it's definitely dirt proof. And any spills that I have, I won't have to worry about it. Next on my list is external hard drives. Now I use the SanDisk ones, as you can see right here, and I label them with different color labels based on what I'm using them for. I have plenty more. I have some at home. I have more in the studio. I have one connected to my computer right now, matter of fact, but I use these to store everything. So what I'll do is I'll have one for the edits when I'm editing and one for like the storage once I'm done editing. And then I'll have one as a backup. And other ones I use for video. It's for when I'm doing like promo video or Instagram videos. But these are essential because I don't want to back up my computer and make it run slower. So I always make sure that I have a couple of these on hand. And I put some in my bag when I'm doing like outside shoots. I like to bring some with me. And then once I'm finished with the shoot, I'll transfer them as quick as I can. And I keep the pictures on the SD card. That's why I have so many SD cards, because I like to keep my images on the SD cards until I know that I don't need them anymore. That's when I have them to a client already, and I make sure that I put them on one of these and a backup one. The next item on my list is my Godox triggers. I make sure that I have both of these with me. Most of the times I can't find one or the other one in the studio, so that's why I love to make sure that I try to keep both of them with me at all times, because once I lose one, then I have the other one to rely on. This is the older model and this is the newer model right here. I do recommend this one if like you just want something sleek. This one has more functionality up top, so you can press around at the top, so you don't necessarily need to go into no menus or anything like that. This one you don't neither, but you got to touch the screen and touch to what you want to go to, or use this knob right here. So basically what I'm saying is this one is faster to use, but this one is easier on the eyes, and this one is easier to put onto your camera because it uses a button, whereas this one uses a snap. I can make a comparison video later on if you like that, but long story short, I like to make sure that I have my triggers with me at all times because, like I said, I always lose one or the other, so it's best to have two. That way, once you lose the one, you're not sitting there with the model looking you in the eye and you're sitting there trying to find the trigger. Next on the list, I don't care if it's a big one or a small one, but you need to have a speaker. These speakers right here are a lifesaver. Half of photography is experience, in my opinion. So you want to make sure that you got a speaker. You don't have to get a big one like this one. You can get something as small as this one. It's just to play music. I used to use my phone to play music, but I find that like sometimes if there's like too much going on, you can't hear it over your phone. Whereas this one is at least competing with like people talking, even if they're talking at a louder rate. But this one right here, it will shut out everything and it will just be your music if you need it. And last but not least, I need my 7-foot umbrella. This umbrella right here is clutch. If you ever do a shoot and you need soft light, just get you a 7-foot umbrella right away. Like if you do any type of photography, get a 7-foot umbrella. Even if you love hard light, this is always good to have in the clutch. So even if you're doing like hard light, you would use this to soften it a bit, and then you can have something, any other flash for the hard light. If I could give everybody in the world that does photography one piece of advice, is get you a 7-foot umbrella. It makes everything look pleasant. So even if you're not very good, or even if you're an expert, you still want soft light. I think this umbrella cost me like $100, and even if I had to sacrifice one of my flashes, I sacrifice a flash to get this soft umbrella. Yeah, I leave the link below, but you don't have to click on my link, of course. Wherever you get it from, get you a soft umbrella. All right, guys. Thank you guys for checking out this video. And if you like what you heard at any point in time, please hit the subscribe button. And I'll be sure to post more videos on other things that I feel like are essential for photography.